to really take time to count our blessings because uh, not everybody's in the same position in this country, but if you're healthy and you've got freedom and you've got options, I tell people all the time, I think at least once a week, not in a spiritual way, we need to really take time to count our blessings. And I mean out loud, write it down, do something where you think, these are the things I should really be thankful for because we don't do that enough. We focus on our problems because, pain gets your attention. If something's hurting and hurting in your life, hurting you mentally, emotionally, physically, you pay attention to that, but we don't pay attention to the things that are working, the things that are comfortable. If you've got a tailwind, you got the wind at your back, you just kind of enjoy it, but you don't take time to give it your attention and say, hey, this is a good thing. And I think we need to do that more.
All right, Dr. Phil, you're past the point of intro. You get no intro today other than you are Dr. Phil. Everyone knows you are Dr. Phil. You've done basically 4 billion things in television and entertainment and across 1,000 verticals. Everyone also knows I'm off the grid right now, and I thought sitting down with you right now as we tape this end of July would be a good one as I disappear because you kind of offer the world, hey, get your crap together and then also enjoy your life. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this August operation. What do you think about that?
I have to wonder, people are listening to us right now and you're gone. And I'm wondering right now where you are and what you're doing. And I bet it ain't much. And listen, I'm a
It
past
is not
master.
much, I guarantee you.
You give me a couple of days off, I get as worthless as a lizard on a rock. So I can just imagine what you're doing right now while this is playing and you're here and you're present, but you're really not because the miracles of electronics. You're there, we're here, but don't tell us where you're going because somebody will find you.
No, no, listen, they find me one way or another. I am not going to tell anyone. But what do you think about this crazy August thing that I'm doing? Because you have spent a career really telling people, in essence, to kind of get their stuff together, to figure out how they can triangulate towards something that'll be good for them and their families and all of that. I kind of did this 9 years ago. This is my 9th year doing it. It was sort of a joke at first, but now it's really become an important piece in keeping me refreshed and renewed to do the daily battle thing that you and I are both in now.
Well, I think it's a great thing. Is it too long? Is it long enough for you? When you come back, are you ready to come back? Do you get bored before you come back? Is it the right length of time?
You know, every year it changes a little bit. Last year was the first year that I was like, I could probably do this another week or so. Like I
Really?
really felt it. Yeah, and the irony is I love what I do. It's not about escaping this. I wake up with passion every day, working with great people, doing something I love just like you do. But there's something about escaping the algorithms, escaping the hamster wheel of the news, and that for my mind, it's one of the reasons I think I've been, if I can dare say so myself, I've remained sane in a lot of this political madness where we watch people go off the deep end. So it's a month. I know it sounds crazy to people, but it's worthwhile.
Well, I find this fascinating. Do you get revelations when you do this? When you
Yes.
come back, do you have a new perspective, a new point of view?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell you a couple. Somehow you're interviewing me. Somehow that's all right. I'll tell you a couple cool things about it. A few things happen. So one thing that has happened every year is out of nowhere, about 2 weeks in, I'll suddenly start out of nowhere. I will remember somebody that I have not thought of in 30 years. Like out of nowhere, I'll be sitting there and then I'll remember the kid Rich who I sat next to in 3rd grade and wonder where he is. Like his name will pop into my head, or I'll remember what his house looked like or when we were playing Nintendo. The other thing is I suddenly can remember songs. I mean, full songs, every word of every song out of nowhere, and
Really?
it'll just be playing in my head. And then a whole bunch of other things just related to, I run pretty cool. You know me, like I run pretty cool, but just my daily interactions. I still go out. So if I go to the store, I'll be a little more patient with the cashier, just a little more present. It's about that more than anything else. Just being as present as possible without the BS. That's it. And then yes, I do come back with fresh eyes because you realize that politics and culture, it goes on without you, and it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's great because that's what I get from traveling. I go places that I'm not every day, and if I don't care where it is, particularly if it's really different, I realize, you know what? This is going on every day that I'm where I'm usually am. If it's waves coming up on a beach somewhere or whatever, I realize, you know what? This is going on every day that I'm doing what I do, and these people couldn't give a damn less about what I think is so important in my life. They get up every day, they're doing what they're doing, they're walking down this street. They don't care, they don't know. I am not the center of the universe. And it really puts things in perspective for me. I think it's great that you do it.
All right. So all that being said, I disappear for a month, you travel the world, but we do something very similar for a living, which is try to communicate a lot of craziness, whether it's political or cultural or I suppose psychological, maybe philosophical, religious. We try to communicate that stuff to people in a way that hopefully talks them off the ledge a bit. How do you think we're doing? Are we doing okay in America right now?
You know, I think so. I don't think we're as nearly as divided as some of the media would lead us to believe. I think they're kind of fear-mongering. There's no question there's division, but I have to say, I don't think we're as divided as we think we are. And as I move around and talk to people, I think there's still those kinda, fringe groups that are, beating the drum, but, you know, I think as people get if you go to Maslow's hierarchy of needs and, first thing is survival, and then people wanna start looking to see their quality of life, and then whether or not they're doing things they wanna do. It just seems to me like things are settling down and people are feeling better. I don't think that it's, nearly as dire as some people wanna make us think, and I think people are a little more optimistic than they've been in the past.
So I completely agree with that. And again, it's partly why I do the month off because when I step away, it used to be that social media was a mirror, and somehow I think it's become a funhouse mirror now where it does not reflect us properly. It reflects a very distorted version of us. But do you think that partly the reason people think it, do you think that is just a function of modernity in some sense, that we have it so good, say in America in 2025, that we're able to navel gaze to the point that we think all hell's about to break loose when we are really doing some incredible things before we even talk about any of the political stuff? I mean, just that humanity is in a very good spot, actually.
It's easy to start taking things for granted, right? It's easy to get up, you turn on the faucet, water comes out, you flip the switch, electricity is there, you get in your car, it goes. Um, and we get to taking things for granted that are really pretty amazing, particularly in America. And most people have a reasonable quality of life. I'm not saying everybody. That's not true. There are still people below the poverty line. There are still people struggling. But you compare it to other parts of the world that wake up every day, and survival is not guaranteed. You wake up even in first world countries like Israel, where there are missiles coming in every day. People live with that. Uh, they were asking me recently at a event I was attending how I thought Israelis deal with post-traumatic stress disorder. I thought there's nothing post about it. It's not behind
Correct.
them. It's current stress disorder that they live with every day. We don't live with that here. We have so many things that we have to be thankful for. And, I am the incurable optimist, but I think we need to. I don't think it's just optimism. I think we do need to really take time to count our blessings because uh, not everybody's in the same position in this country. But if you're healthy and you've got freedom and you've got options, I tell people all the time. I think at least once a week, not in a spiritual way. We need to really take time to count our blessings. And I mean out loud, write it down, do something where you think, these are the things I should really be thankful for, because we don't do that enough. We focus on our problems because, pain gets your attention. If something's hurting in your life, hurting mentally, emotionally, physically, you pay attention to that, but we don't pay attention to the things that are working, the things that are comfortable. If you've got a tailwind, you got the wind at your back, you just kind of enjoy it, but you don't take time to give it your attention and say, hey, this is a good thing. And I think we need to do that more.
For more insightful conversations on how to live the good life, go to our lifestyle playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a wide variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist, all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification